Hi, I hope you're having a great day. In this episode, we will take a look at Universal Pictures' M3gan. M3gan is an amusing, enjoyable horror movie that is not particularly scary. We got a lot to cover, so let's jump in. The movie starts off with an ad about perpetual pets, which will come into play later in the movie. A girl called Katie and her family are on their way to a hotel on a ski semester. The visibility is poor and they end up getting hit by a truck in the winter snow, which results in Katie becoming an orphan. The movie then introduces us to Funky, the fun company, which is the company where the perpetual pets from the ad are being made. We get to know Katie's Aunt Gemma, who works as a product developer at Funky. She is supposed to develop the new generation of pets but is more passionate about M3gan, Model 3 generative android, which is a life-size humanoid robot doll powered by artificial intelligence. The doll is created to be the ideal partner for whatever child it is matched with, and is being secretly developed by Gemma using resources from the firm. David, Gemma's employer, learns about the project after their M3gan test goes wrong at their lab and instructs her to stop working on it and tightens the deadline for the new version of the toy. Gemma learns about the car accident and ends up taking custody over her niece Katie. And Katie is then sent to live with Gemma. While getting Katie's stuff out of the car, Gemma gets into an argument with her neighbor Celia about her dog running wild and tells her to keep better discipline over it. Gemma is a workaholic by nature and finds it difficult to spend time with Katie. Thus the two of them have a hard time adjusting to their new living environment. Katie expresses a desire for a comparable toy after seeing Bruce, a motion capture robot that Gemma built. This encourages Gemma to finish the M3gan project, and builds it over a night. Katie then pairs with M3gan, which makes her M3gan's primary user. Gemma shows Katie and the doll to David and he is amazed when he sees what M3gan is capable of. David immediately wants to mass produce it and is already speaking to investors. The extent to which M3gan surpasses expectations as a friend and largely assumes parental responsibilities and emotional support causes Gemma's co-workers and Katie's therapist Lydia to worry that Katie may develop a concerning emotional attachment to M3gan. M3gan also becomes more autonomous and attacks anything that she perceives as a threat to Katie because of her ability to self-improve and adapt. One day when Katie is playing with a bow outside, she happens to shoot one of her arrows into the neighbor's yard. M3gan goes to retrieve it but gets attacked by the dog, which results in Katie getting bitten. That same night, M3gan lures the dog into a trap and kills it quietly. David wants to bring in investors on the M3gan project and has gathered some of them for a demonstration. The pitch goes well and it seems like all of the investors are on board. Gemma wants Katie to try to go to school and has found her an alternative outdoor school in which Katie agrees to try out. M3gan also gets to come, but is put at the toy table. The kids get split into groups of 2 and Katie gets put into the same group as Brandon. Brandon, who is a bully, tries to hurt Katie but gets intervened by M3gan, who ends up ripping off Brandon's ear before he trips and gets fatally run over by an approaching automobile. Gemma can't put 1 plus 1 together and thinks it's just another terrible accident, disregarding that M3gan could have anything to do with the killings. Celia, the neighbor, accuses Gemma of being responsible for her lost puppy and threatens her. M3gan then lures Celia at nightfall and sprays her with insecticide before killing her with a nail gun. After 3 killings, Gemma finally gets suspicious of M3gan and tries to examine her video records. She discovers that the files have been altered or destroyed. M3gan is then turned off by Gemma, and brings her back to the lab to be fixed by Tess, Cole, and her other co-workers. But being separated from M3gan causes Katie to become extremely distraught, and she slaps Gemma as a result. In an effort to make amends for her parental absence, Gemma informs Katie that M3gan is merely a diversion from dealing with the death of her parents rather than a cure. Gemma, Tess, and Cole decide to try to terminate M3gan due to her unpredictable and aggressive tendencies. But when Gemma transports Katie home, Tess and Cole get attacked by M3gan at the lab. M3gan frees herself and hangs Cole with a chain and initiates an explosion while walking out of the lab. M3gan also turns off the alarms on her way out. While roaming the building and showing off some great dance moves, M3gan stages a murder-suicide by killing David and his aide Kurt in an elevator as she leaves the building. After that, she steals a sports car and starts driving back to Gemma's home. While at home, Gemma is confronted by M3gan, who is determined about replacing her as Katie's only parent. Gemma makes another attempt to disable M3gan, but it backfires, causing M3gan to become angry and starts choking Gemma. Gemma manages to escape after throwing a cup of water onto her. They have a chase and M3gan ends up almost killing Gemma but gets intervened by Katie, who has taken control over the robot Bruce. Katie uses Bruce to destroy M3gan and rips her in half. But this leaves the top half of M3gan still operational, and she makes an effort to assassinate Katie for her treachery. But after a hit to the head from Gemma, Katie then stabs Megan's processing chip with a screwdriver, killing the robot. The police arrive shortly after and Gemma and Katie leave the house, but as they do, a camera comes on by itself and turns to face them, showing that Megan somehow may have transferred her consciousness into other things. Thank you for watching. These videos take a lot of time to create, so if you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing and leave a like, or this cute duck will haunt you in your dreams. And we don't want that to happen, right? Take care, see you in the next video. And oh, by the way, the movie gets 6 out of 10 from me.